Now, it was about on the 26th day that this happened. And this took the cake of everything. I mean, yeah, about 28th day. On the 28th day. I mean, 3 weeks straight. 4 weeks, excuse me. For 4 weeks, I made it. I had stayed up for that long. And like I said, during them 4 weeks, all those strange stories that I told you in part 1 of this video did happen. And even more. But anyway, I want to get, just rushing through the story. Anyway, on this 28th day, which I fell asleep that 28th night. Mind you, that's a lie. The 21st day. Because I actually wound up going, but I was ready to go to sleep. So, excuse me. It was around on the 21st day that this happened. Now, the 21st day, which is 3 weeks that I had been up, I was in Howard Projects this whole time. Like, not there the whole time, but in East New York, Brown Bed-Stuy, Queens, I was somewhere everywhere in these 3 weeks that I was going about, trying to stay awake for 40 days and 40 nights. I was smoking crack at the time, so let's just say, for some reason, I had 3 idols in my life, right? One was a dude named Booksy. It was Bruce Lee. And then there was my teacher. But in all 3 of them, I learned of one man whom all 3 of them seemed to portray. So, when I found that one man from them 3, it was that one man who became my idol. And that's the one that they all called Jesus, which was the name I even first learned of him when I first learned of him. And yet he is called by many names. But let me get back into the story. After like the 21st day, my body was ready to shut down. I ain't have no more money. I didn't have the will or the energy to go and get any more money. And without the crack, I was not going to be able to stay up any longer. But mind you, though my mother lived, he was away at the time, and I did not have a key. So there was no me getting in the house. So I didn't want to sleep in the hallway. So I decided to go get on a train, and I was going to check into a rehab and get some rest. After 21 days, 3 weeks, without sleep, without eating, just smoking and drinking water, my body was ready to shut it. So it's also in pain too. That's another thing. The cocaine was helping me deal with all the pains that were in my body. And without it, all them pains was coming, which basically was from my ankles, from a condition I was born in. Anyway, this is no lie. It's about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning again, when my body decides it can't make it no more. The people houses I was staying in, they told me, it was time to leave. And I'm like, all right. So now I ain't got nowhere to go. It's late. I don't have it's too much pain in my ankles for me to try to walk anywhere to hustle up some money to get another hit. So I make my way to the train station. No, it's about 1:30 when I leave from them. It's about around 3:30 when I get to the train station. Now, I walked from Howard Projects to Broadway Junction. Now, anybody that know that walk tell you, it's about a 5-minute walk. I was in so much pain that walk took me damn near 2 hours. Now, when I got to where the Long Island Railroad East New York Avenue station is, You got to go down in the underpass in order to get to the A train, where the junction is at. As I make it down that path, I'm coming up on the other side. There's a church across the street on the corner. And as I come up the stairs, I hear a lady calling. Well, at first I didn't hear her. I'm walking because I was deep in thought. I was like, damn, I was feeling real low. I was feeling real down. I ain't had no money. I'm feeling hungry. Everything's coming and hitting me at once right now. And I'm tired. Don't even feel like I can make it, but I gotta keep going because I know, okay, on the train at least I can fall asleep. And then when I wake up, I'll go and check into one of the hospitals to detox program. Anyway, as I come up on the other side, I'm deep in thought like that. And all of a sudden, through my fog of thought, I hear, young man, young man, young man. I heard her call me 3 times. And I looked up and I saw her. I only saw her, but I start running to her. Now, this was something that was in a feat itself because here it was, I could barely walk. Where did I get the energy or even the stamina to run? It was beyond me, but I paid it no mind. When I got to her, I was like, you all right, ma? Which way did they go? And she was like, no, everything's okay, young man. And now I'm looking at her like, and I look at her. And when I look at her, I see this real old lady. I mean, she's black. Real old, pure like snow white hair. Skin so wrinkled that she looked like, she put you in the mind of, if you would see a picture of Harriet Tubman, real old, like, yo, Harriet Tubman. This lady looked at old as dirt. But she said to me, no, young man, everything's okay. God just want me to tell you something. So now I'm like, I'm looking at her like, when soon she said, God just want me to tell you something, I'm looking at her like, okay, this lady's a quack. Anyway, she says, young man, don't worry. You're where God wants you to be. You don't have nothing to worry about. He's gonna deliver you. Baby, you a king. And when she said that shit to me, it like, how could I say it? It stirred something in me. Like, it touched me. Like, I don't know this lady. She don't know me. Then it started, even though it touched me, it started to make me think, yo, who are you and why are you out here this late? And so now I start looking around. There's no cars. Like, we on a block where there's really no buildings. There's buildings, but there's a lot across the street. The train is like right there. It's a church on this corner, some warehouses on this side, and a school type building across the street. But there's no like really apartment buildings right there where people could look out the window and see you on that corner. Like, it's deserted. So I'm looking at her now. Most people would look and be like, yeah, I'm getting ready to rob this bitch, especially a crackhead. But I never looked out, because when I looked at this lady, I saw my grandmother. Like, I saw everybody grandmother. Like, I just felt I had to protect her. But what she said to me, it like stirred my soul, so to say. And for the first time, because at that time in life, I was really at that point where, well, before that time, before I attempted to do that 40 day and 40 night, I was at a point, nigga, if the situation arose and I could get it, I'm gonna get it. Gotta take mine. That's what they always tell you. Take yours. Nah, you don't take nothing unless it's offered to you. But anyway, she looks at me and she says these things, and now I look around and everything, and I don't see nobody. But instead of trying to, rob her at that point, I looks at her, and I might have been getting ready to go there. I ain't gonna lie. But when I looked at her again, that what I saw, and I can't even explain. But what I saw refused to let me go at that. And so I asked her if she could spare any change that she might have so I could get something to eat. And that's what I actually really was going to do with whatever she gave me, or if she gave me anything. Because I told her I was very hungry. And she said, sure, baby. And that's when I noticed she had this, like, you know, them old women big ass bags. And she opened it up and she took this change purse thing out. And when she took the change purse thing out, she took a sock out of it and went in the sock and took out a knot and gave it to me. And now, when she hands it over to me, I'm looking like, as soon as I take this money, I'm going to jail. But I look around again, and I notice, nah, it's impossible. It's nobody here. This is free money. So I takes the bill from her. But as I take her, I run back across her eyes again. And let's just say, whatever thought I had in my mind got changed. Because when I took the bill into my hand, it was $3 bills on top. I took the $3 bills and handed her back and said, "Ma, is this good?" Handed her the rest of her money. And she said, "No, I want you to have it all." And I'm like, no longer am I feeling the threat of, okay, I'm still going to jail. That's past. I know I'm not going to jail for this. But still, I'm like, nah, Ma, I can't accept this. And so she says, why? I said, because I wouldn't do nothing but smoke your money up. And then this woman, this old lady, said something to me that I'll never forget in life. She said, boy, and she said it with an attitude like, are you an idiot? Didn't you just hear what I said to you? Because she said, when I tried to tell her, no, I ain't going to do nothing smoke crack with it. She said, look, didn't I tell you where God wants you to be? Now get away from me. I swear to God, she said it like that. So now I got her money in my hand, and now I feel insulted. And so I'm like, I won't say nothing. But I think to myself, what? Well, fuck you too then. And I turn around and I walk. But I did remember that in her, if I did leave it out, when she first spoke to me and told me that I was where God wants me to be, and now he was going, look, this is what she said. She said, you're where God wants you to be. Baby, don't worry. He going to deliver you. You got something to do. Baby, you a king. And when she said that, like I said, it stirred me. She said it like, more, I worded it wrong. Matter of fact, I want to word it right because I said I'll never forget those words. And she was like, baby, you're where God wants you to be. There's something he wants you to do. Don't worry, he won't deliver you. Baby, you a king. And like I said, that is exactly how she said it. But anyway, when I tried to give her the money back and then tell her that I'm not going to do nothing but smoke crack with the money, she was like, didn't I tell you you're where God wants you to be? Now get away from me. And like I said, me and my still kind of sick thinking, I looked at her, I ain't say it, but I'm like, what? Because like I said, I felt insulted. To my mind, I said, fuck you, and turned around. Took 3 steps. Turned back around because I wanted to ask her, well, what is it God wants me to do? Oh, because that's what she said. I left something out again. So now I got to go back. Sorry to waste your time on this video, but I do want to be precise. She was like, you're where God wants you to be. Oh, I did say it, right? he has something, there's something you have to do. Yeah, I did say. Well, anyway, when I took them 3 steps, I remember she said there's something that she said I had to do. So I turned back around after 3 steps to ask her, what is it that God wants me to do? And she was gone. Now listen to me. This lady was gone. The church was closed. You can actually see the locks on the doors, chain locks. Like for extra security, they used to do that a little bit. And then the gates. I mean, yeah, one door had a chain lock, and then a gate. I guess this door at that time didn't have a gate. The church was still, I remember when the church first moved there. I used to deal with the church. Anyway, yeah, I was walking around smoking crack for a long time. And a lot of churches, I had a lot of businesses but after that, only after that night, this night I'm telling you about right now in front of that church. Then I started having a relation with that church. But anyway, she said that. I turned around to ask her, and she was gone. Now, there was no cars there. There was no place she could have went that she would be gone, like totally gone like that. So the first thing I did, knowing the state of which I was in, being up them some 21 days now, I go in my pocket. The money is there. God is my witness. The money is there. Altogether, it totaled $658. Under them $3 was $655. I never made it to the train that night. I went on for another 7 days without eating or sleeping, which made 28 days, which made 4 weeks of that 40 days that I tried to go through. And in them 8 days, it was like I was able to control the weather, right? Just the things I saw and seen, like how could I explain it without any of you thinking I was crazy? But then, lo and behold, I became cleansed. And now God began to show me so many other things. And I shall make more videos, but I hope y'all enjoy these 2. God bless. And they only to tell you who I truly am. And none of it come with the spirit that I come, at least I pour it into them. With this knowledge of this cup of the heavens that is. God bless.